Yo, right now you listening to the cart, charisma, athleticism, and raw talent. And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans. Featured right here on the Impact Lounge. This is Trent, along with my co-host, Jaybone. Jaybone, say hello to the people.
What is up, everyone?
It is just us today, Jaybone. Audio version. We went back to audio because we were Kyle-less. I think we set a bar, Jaybone, with the video. People really like seeing our damn faces, which is pretty nice.
Well, I tell you what, man, we're in the process of hooking up something for the future. It's going to be a work in progress, so just stay patient, people. I'm trying to learn some new stuff, and then in the process of doing that, I'm going to try to teach my boys here some new technology, some new apps, and in production and going live. And so, yeah, we're all just learning together here. So stay patient, folks. So we'll get it together.
Yeah. I'm part of that too, guys. It's three of us, three schedules to line up sometimes, and also we are trying to find a way to get the sound bites directly into the live recording. Now that's a little tricky for us. We're not we're not running out of a radio studio or anything, so we got to find ways that it's going to work out for us. So we're working on that. Jaybone's on it, Kyle's on it. We're working on some stuff, and we're gonna improve the quality of the live feed. So stay with us. We got some cool stuff in the works. But so we're gonna talk the July 26, 2019 episode of Impact Wrestling, Jaybone. Before we get into that, though, you got a little news. It's going to be Jaybone's News Corner here to start things off. Let's start a little news here.
Well, here, hot on the streets. No, I'm kidding. Just a couple of things. We got some late breaking news this evening. This hit a couple hours before we're recording this, so we can still call it breaking news tonight.
Yep.
Tennille Dashwood signed with Impact Wrestling. Man, this is huge. Now, not a lot of details with this. Like there's no, because a lot of times when they sign someone, they say, oh, there's it's a multi-year deal. They didn't say that. So I don't know how long this is. Well, for now, we'll assume a year, I think we can safely assume that. She's going to make her debut in Mexico City in August, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I believe the tapings is the middle of August, 15th and 16th. I think that's what it said the dates was, but it's Mexico City.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. She was in WWE as Emma, is that right?
Yes.
Emma, okay. And then most recently with Ring of Honor, am I right?
Yeah, and a lot of the time when she was in Ring of Honor, she was dealing with this. She's got
psoriasis.
That's it. I was trying to think of the name of it earlier. Yeah, and it looks like she's all healed up and pretty healthy, and she looks great. And she was just back in the ring somewhere within this last week for Black Label Pro. I didn't catch who it was against, But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, she's cleared." She became a free agent in March. So, she's had a good chunk of spring, first half of the summer to really get in shape, or whatever she had to do for herself. And yeah.
How long was the Ring of Honor run that she had?
I want to say between a year to 2 years. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up.
Oh, wow. Okay. She had a decent run.
I don't. She didn't. It was pretty brief though, because I think as soon as she got in, she fell sick with this stuff. So I think she had a couple matches, but she didn't really. I don't want to call it a failed run because that'd be pretty cruel to say that, but I just think it just some bad luck on her part, and then unfortunately the company's part, So
now, she's got like my dad actually has psoriasis, but she's got a very severe case. My dad's is not as severe as hers. Hers, is very, very debilitating. Apparently, my dad's was not debilitating in any way, but hers, like, she had to take time off and things like that. So it's an autoimmune disease. You know, like, I'm pretty familiar with it from a different scale, but hers seemed bad. Like, I kept hearing, like, yeah, she had to miss work and she couldn't get out of bed. I read an interview with her. She was saying she was in pain constant. So it's a very severe case of it. But I worked there briefly, Jim. I was telling you before we went on the air here. I was worked with her briefly at AAW. Just we had her for an appearance. In my personal opinion, it wasn't the greatest experience. I didn't have the greatest experience working with her. She still has a good loyal fan base because the fans were definitely there to meet her. So she had a lot of people come out to see her. But I personally, I didn't think, I didn't really get on with her as much. Not that I really spent too much time talking to her, but it was kind of a meh, experience.
Yeah.
But that was 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
now it's one of those things where she's been in the Ring of Honor. She's been more around the globe, around the scene. Maybe because when we had her, I think she just came from WWE, so she still had that ego to her, a little bit. I'm the star from TV.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little humbled now. Maybe things are different. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Life will do that to you. I'm the poster boy for that. Let me tell you. when life hits you, you look at things differently. Yeah.
There you go. So maybe life hit her a little bit. So
yeah,
we'll see where that ends up with her. But listen, talent right now is very hard to come by. As you know, Jay, it is not an easy market to be a professional wrestling company when you have AEW, WWE, Evolve, MLW, Impact, who else? I mean, I know all the other ones, the ones who signed contracts. Everybody's getting scooped up.
Yeah.
Your choosing pool is tough. It's tough, and it's
a lot different than it was a handful of years ago. There's a lot more exposure out there, a lot more choices, and a couple of big money choices too. So yeah, it's an interesting time in professional wrestling, and I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. A lot of great wrestling combinations we can see her work in, I think it's important that the company keep bringing in people and expanding like that, especially ones with a little bit of international flavor. That'll help down the road. Like Elgin and the North definitely help with Northern, but up in Canada stuff. And and now Tennille Dashwood, she's Australian, isn't she?
She's Australian, yeah.
Yeah. So hey, there you go. And I can't remember the last time Impact was down under.
Yeah, they did a partner thing a while back, but that was about it. It wasn't anything direct. So yeah, man, it's good. Why not? Let's work it for what we can here. Get the exposure from them. So, but you gotta get creative now. The well is running slightly dry. We're getting to a point where the well's getting dry on talent. So now you're gonna start digging deep. But look, they got her. She's a name. Let's see what they do with her. We'll take it from there.
I can't wait to see. Yeah.
What was there? Any other news you had? Anything else come up?
Two quick things. You mentioned autoimmune disease, and that reminded me of another story. I just wanted to quick bring up. There's an update on former champ.
Oh.
He's still listed on the roster page, but from what all the news says, he's gone from Impact Wrestling now. Mr. Johnny Impact, John Morrison, whatever you want to call him, he is down in South America getting stem cell treatment.
I saw that. Saw that. That's interesting, huh? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for him to so and so scooped him up and signed him, and that's what I'm waiting for. And all of a sudden I read this, and I'm like, oh, well, that means he's taking himself off the radar temporarily. We don't know how long he's going to be down there working on getting healthy, dealing with old injuries and whatever else, So
Right.
he's kind of going the Ryback way of doing things. It's very interesting because Ryback was doing that too with the whole stem cell on his back and everything.
Was he real? I didn't know that. So he did that as well.
Yeah,
And he's pretty healthy now.
That's why he's been off the market for quite a while. He's got a few treatments to go, I think, from what I heard, Ryback. But so yeah, little update on John Morrison down in South America getting healthier. It's good to hear.
I had a great experience with him and Taya at AEW, and man, great couple, great two people. They were so cool, and he's a good dude, man. So I'm happy for him. I hope he can get rid of some of his nagging injuries and take care of himself.
Oh yeah, because he's had a crazy last, I'd say 5 years, really getting back into the wrestling between Lucha Underground, AAA, Impact, just go around the world, and
Staying busy, yeah.
He's one of the more, I'd say, exciting guys to watch as far as physical work in the ring. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he's a little banged up,
Yeah, that makes sense, man. I can see it. I can see it with the guy. So, well, good for him. I'm glad he's taking care of himself. That's good.
We'll be keeping a close eye on that, seeing what his progress is. We'll give you guys updates when we come up with stuff. One last quick news item here. This was very...
You're like Walter Cronkite over here today, huh?
Oh, yeah, almost as old, too. Don't I felt like it today, damn. Oh, Chris Sabin put a very interesting post. He posted part of a logo of the WWE Performance Center.
Really?
And that was it.
Today?
Yeah. This afternoon. And that was it. There was no information. Yesterday he said something about something to the effect of interesting being back in Tampa, something to that effect. And it was like, oh, he's back down in Florida. Then he posts this logo of the PC and is like, oh, what is going on? Well, after he did that, obviously people did some legwork, did some research. He is at the PC this week, and he's a guest coach.
Really? Good for him.
Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. He was injured earlier this year. ACL injury, I believe it was.
Again with the ACL, he is. Man, I remember when he blew the first one, took a year off, whatever it was, came back, blew the other one in like 2 months. And then he had to come back from that. He's had bad luck with his knees, man.
Yeah.
Real bad luck.
And he's not with Ring of Honor from what I heard. So a lot of people and I haven't heard any further details. We talked about this last time that Alex Shelley came out of retirement.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing a lot of people now saying, oh, they got to get back together, blah, 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 blah. So,
nice.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, I wouldn't freak out about this too much. I'm seeing nothing but love for Chris. I mean, I think it's awesome that he's got this opportunity to go there and share knowledge with this young crop of students at the PC. I wouldn't overthink this. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they're always looking for the prospect of coaches for the future of the PC, or other places as well, as far as because they're expanding worldwide. This is known. But yeah, I mean, other guys from, past Ring of Honor, guys have been there too, like Mike Mondo, I believe.
Mike Mondo, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah. Last little piece of business there that he is a guest coach for the week down at the PC. So congrats to him, man. That's pretty freaking cool. I mean, he must be fairly healthy again if he's, coaching. Who knows to what extent physically, but, cool.
Yeah, it's good. Very cool, man. That's some good news. That's some interesting stuff coming up here and there. And, for a Monday, not too bad. Right. All right, well, let's jump into it, Jaybone. What do you say?
Sounds awesome. Let's do this.
All right, July 26, 2019 episode Impact Wrestling, guys. This was from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, from the St. Clair College arena. Which it is an arena, basically. I went to the January tapings here, Jay, and I got to say it's probably my favorite one. I really enjoyed Windsor. I love the tapings there. It's a fun venue. It's a it's a sports arena basically. So it's spacious. It's got room for the screen. It looks nice on TV, and they pack it. They sell it out, man. It's a good full crowd in there, man. And I really enjoy that layout too. So it's a fun venue to go to. I highly recommend anybody who can attend a St. Clair taping. Go to St. Clair. It's worth attending for sure.
Yeah.
But so let's jump in here, Jay. When we kicked it off, Kiera Hogan, Jordan Grace. This is an ongoing feud, and I feel like they rushed it a little bit. I feel like there's been a lot of physicality between them quick, and Jordan, she wins. She won this one. It was actually a good match. I mean, she kind of beat the shit out of her, but Kiera looked good too. Thoughts on this one? I felt like it's a little quick. I wanted to kind of stretch it out. I want to see Kiera screw Jordan over a little more. Maybe Jordan chase her. Kiera keeps dodging her a little bit. I felt it was a little quick, but the match was good. So the chemistry between the two is definitely there.
This match was on fire. I mean, these two were just they kicked the shit out of each other. This opening up the show with this match. I was like, holy cow. In the ring, out of the ring, topes. And I'll tell you what was almost distracting yet absolutely hilarious. Listen to the commentary on how Madison Rayne and Don treat Josh.
Dude, Madison and Josh was hilarious. I even tweeted that out. I said I could just listen to this forever. The banter, the husband and wife banter, which they still don't say they're husband and wife, but I mean, come on. All you needed to hear was that banter back and forth and confirm they're married. It was hilarious. Hilarious.
I was laughing. And I watched it all back today, and I had to rewind a couple parts of the match because I was just close my eyes for a second, and I'm listening to this commentary, and the way Don was ribbing Josh, oh my god.
Oh my god, he was giving him such a hard time. But he always does.
He does. I mean, they're great together. I mean, it's never to the point where it was annoying like Borash and Josh Matthews for a while, because that got to the point where I had to stop watching for a while. It was horrible because it lasted through the whole show, and it really took away from the matches. That's why I had to stop watching. But this is gold. This is great.
This was fantastic. I think I would not mind more Madison and Josh interactions like this. This was fun. At this point, Jay, I'm open to them admitting they're married because you're going to get this kind of banter. I think that's great.
Well, I tell you what's the funniest part about this is if you go watch the latest episode of Explosion.
Uh-huh.
It's got a great match between Sabu and what's his name? Raj Singh. Yeah, uh-huh. Raj Singh. And Madison Rayne is on commentary with Josh.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
they are just talking, and they're just happy. And then so you listen to that, and then you listen to this episode, and it's like, well, what the hell just happened? It's like a completely different relationship out of nowhere. It's just hilarious. I was like,
they do treat Explosion like its own little world, though. Like it's its own universe. Explosion's kind of not the same. Which I don't mind. It's like its own thing, and I think you could beef up Explosion more and give it like 2-3 matches. And make it an extension. I'd rather do that than just be like a one match that has no story and then a bunch of clips and shit. And then I'd like to have more. Explosion could literally be used as you can do like the little around the ring thing, and then maybe 2 matches. Why not? I don't need the throwback on Exposure. I think the throwback, I get it. You're trying to sell Impact Plus, but I don't need it. I don't really need the throwback in there.
I skip it once in a while. It depends on what it is. If it's something that I really liked back in the day, it's like, ooh, what's this? But yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't really need it that bad. But I see the purpose of it. But anyway, this match here, I don't think it's the end. Obviously, there's more to come with this because Matt, Jordan wins, so obviously Kira's gonna get her revenge. But Kira's got to come out on top. I think we got to get Kira strong as they're both young. Don't get me wrong. But they both got to ping pong this a little bit. I wouldn't mind seeing this get to Bound for Glory even. I mean, stretch this out. This could be a good feud if you build it nicely. Maybe that's a little too late, been a little too long, but in the era of tapings, it might not be that bad. You might be able to squeeze out a couple months out of this.
Yeah, because I got a feeling they're gonna make. I mean, I still think Madison Rayne is gonna be active, but really kind of picking this apart, it almost seems like they're building her to be. She kept talking about she's a locker room leader. She might be more of a manager. To Kiera Hogan,
Oh, like the veteran guide. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's a great idea. Okay. Yeah, because she's at a point now where it's like we don't need her to wrestle. She's done quite a bit in her career. She's already at the point where she's done it, Oh, yeah. And now she can be the mentor. I like that. I'm down for that. I wouldn't mind her guiding Kira to a nice, built-up heel character. This could be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Now, do you give Jordan a manager too? Because Jordan's not much of a talker either. It'd be nice to have Jordan. But Kira's a better talker, to be honest. But
she is. But when you put her on commentary, and it was like a few weeks ago, you set her next to Don Callis, and he's like feeding her stuff to react to.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That certainly builds character. You get to listen to them react to stuff going on in the ring. Oh, whereas a heel jumps in and gets involved, babyface hangs back, and just talks about it, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they certainly could put someone like Gail Kim. She's still around. She showed up, in the clubhouse, or I call it the smokehouse.
The treehouse.
The treehouse. Yeah.
The treehouse. I think she definitely showed up. Listen, okay. I'll get to it. We're gonna get to the tree. I got a line for that when we get to it, so we'll get to that one. But moving on here, backstage, Ty's back there. She's asking Rosemary for help to take out Havoc. Rosemary says no, I'm not interested. Reminds Ty of their previous deal and how that ended at Slammiversary. And then Johnny Bravo says, "I'll take care of it." So Johnny Bravo's on the case. Johnny Bravo, I think he even unbuttoned his shirt at this point and said, "I'll take care of it." So Bravo's on the case. I think it's great that Johnny got second life via Ty after Johnny Impact left. I love they kept Bravo as a manager. I'm really happy they did.
Yeah, that is cool.
Because I was like, man, when Johnny left, I was like, they're just gonna put him back as a referee. But it worked out for him. It worked out really cool.
Yeah, it did. So,
all right. So next thing we had was Sami calls out Tessa to the ring. This was a great segment, Jaybone. She comes out. Sami says, he basically admits she was a tougher opponent than he thought she'd be. He reminds us all that he and Tessa won the mashup, and that they're going to be at one-on-one, and they got their singles rematch at Unbreakable, which I think is next week. It's right before airing of Impact.
It's Friday, yeah.
Friday. It's going to air right before Impact starts. They got their one-on-one. The winner gets a shot at the world title. And basically, he says, after everything we've been through, I respect you, Tessa. They shake hands. And then Sami is Sami. He turns around and gives her a slap on the butt. She's not, as we know, Tessa Blanchard's not going to take it. She beats the shit out of him and gives him a magnum off the top. So I thought it was it was such a great Sammy thing to do because he just knows how to irk people. And the slap on the ass. I was like,
oh man.
Thoughts on that, Jay?
If we look at it as in we know she's not going to put up with it, but if I get why it was right for him in his mind, because if you look at it like a sport like, football or baseball, all the guys are constantly slapping each other on the ass. Constantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, and that's what, I mean, and the toots probably went over the line because I know a lot of women don't like being called toots.
Yep.
I went through a bad streak where I called all the ladies toots, but anyways, I guess I was a bit of a heel. I didn't slap him on the ass though.
No, you probably sitting here.
Only if I knew something good was coming later.
Jaybone after dark.
Yeah.
All right.
We're turning the lights down low. No,
it's a good thing this isn't on video.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you really look at this and he's treating her like an equal and giving her respect, in his mind, he was showing her respect, just slapping her on the ass. But there's a fine line between, hey, you did all right, slapped on the ass, call it a day. But no, how he did it was like, nah, yeah. So, yeah.
It's a very Sammy thing to do. But hey, she wasn't going to take it, so she beat the shit out of him. It's a very Tessa thing to do. She's not going to take
shit.
Shit.
Oh, man. that finisher that she's got, oh, my God. Crazy awesome.
That was great. Great move.
Yes. I always chuckle when they scream Magnum because I think of like either the condom or the ice cream bar.
The condom. That's awesome. She so they're backstage. Refresh my memory here, Jay. When they cut backstage, I think they were talking to Dave Crist first. I think, and Sami came in and was like pissed off and bitching about what just happened. And then I think he was like, "Where were you?" To Dave, and he's like, "You told us to stay back here."
Yeah.
And I quote, "Stay back here, you idiots."
You stay back here, you dumbass, or something.
You dumbass, stay back. He's like, "I don't care," and it's like so. But it got revealed that Fulton is going to take on Tessa next week, so she's fully in. She's fully in on. But see, I noticed one thing, Jay. They're not even calling it intergender. They're they're really pushing the fact that it's just wrestling.
It's just a match. Yeah.
It's a match. It's not an intergender match. It's just a match.
Yeah.
An interesting way to go about it because everybody always, likes to label us intergender. So it's like, they're really trying to normalize what this has become. So this could be very interesting, This could be very interesting how this plays out. Are people going to accept this for what it is, being just wrestling?
Totally, yeah.
So we'll see. But all right, we go from there. Moose and taking on Ray Steele, local guy. Quick work of him. I mean, he kills him. It's one of those things. He just murders him. But he gets in the mic afterwards.
Oh my God, this promo, dude.
Why don't you talk about this? You tell us about this a little bit. This was kind of a work shoot, to be honest. I mean, he wasn't lying about anything here.
No, and it was shocking, but it was all truth. He goes, look at who have been. Oh, he starts talking about loyalty.
Yeah.
He goes, look at the people who have been champ in this company. The last two, they're not even around. And it's like, oh shit, yeah. He's talking about Aries and he's talking about Morrison, or Johnny Impact, but yeah, and then he starts talking he's talking to the crowd, he's talking to the camera,
mm-hmm.
And then he makes it personal with this guy that he just completely just wiped the mat with, and then he's screaming at Don, and the look on Don's face and the look on Josh's face is like, please don't get out of the ring and come down here because we're already pissing ourselves.
I mean, he was lighting it up, man. He wasn't saying anything that wasn't true. He was not speaking a lie. He was talking the truth.
Yeah, it was. And he's like, I have, from day one, I have put this company on my back and have been loyal to this company. And it's like, it's true. He calls himself Mr. Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, and he even said that. He's like, I call myself Mr. Impact Wrestling. Because I think, okay, now, correct me if I'm wrong, I could have sworn it was marketed for him to have a title shot this week. Or is that at Unbreakable? I cannot recall now. And that threw me for a loop. Was he... I could have sworn he had a title shot coming up against Cage. Now, unless that's at Unbreakable, maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn, I was like, man, because I thought he referenced that. He made reference to the fact that I thought I was supposed to come in here and have a title shot. And now I got to wrestle this piece of crap and this and that. So, did they change something?
It could be. I really don't know.
Let me kick it over to the loungers. I want to ask the loungers, guys, are we nuts, or we remember this correctly, that they originally advertised it for Moose to have a title shot during this taping? And did they change it? What the hell happened?
I think the promo pic that they put up on social media, like Twitter, I think it said Moose was going to be in action. I think that's all it said.
But it said it like that's what it said leading up to the thing. But a few weeks ago, I could have sworn it said otherwise. That's what's throwing me off. I could have sworn it said Moose and Cage.
Because didn't he face Cage right before Slammiversary at one of those specials?
He might have. Bash the Brewery, maybe? Was that the one he faced? I'm not sure.
That's the one I'm thinking he did. And then I didn't see it, but I think Elgin interfered or something.
That's it. That was it. Bash the Brewery. Yep, you're right. And he was upset that he was supposed to have a makeup title match. That was the point. Okay, that was the whole story. Okay, got it. So yeah, that was it. So I think he's earned it, man. He deserves a title shot. The guy is Mr. Impact Wrestling. But I like that they're doing this shoot with him. They're kind of making him a little, like, hey, screw you guys. I earned it. I deserve it. So we'll see where they go. We'll see where
it's still building character.
It's still building character. And that's the main thing. That's what you got to do. All right, we cut to the back here, and Johnny Bravo finds Havoc, and he's like, I'm going to take care of things for Taya. And Johnny Bravo turns on the charm, Jaybone. He says he's going to take care of it the fun way. Goes in to make out with Havoc, and Pete just knocks him out. Well, not knocks him out, but she punches him. So she takes care of him. You're not going to make out Jessica Havoc. So that was... I can watch Johnny Bravo pull this shit forever. He's fantastic. The guy is gold.
What a nut! Yeah, he gets thrown against the backstage area, and then he's like, "Fine, we're doing this the hard way," and then he runs away. It's like, where are you going?
He's so good. He's so good. He's a veteran, man. Bravo's been doing this like 20 plus years. The guy's great. I love the guy. So happy. All right, now we go to the treehouse, the Rascals treehouse. It gets revealed that they're challenging the North for the tag team championship. It's you got your Rascals shenanigans going on. They're being goofy. Trey's being great, and they're deciding who's going to be the two competing. Who is it? And it comes down to it being Dez and Trey competing, and as because Wentz is going to be attending the Jonas Brothers concert with Gail Kim, who shows up in the treehouse. So Gail Kim, Hall of Famer, is in the treehouse, presumably partaking, and her and Wentz walk off into the sunset to go to see the Jonas Brothers. I tweeted out at this point, J-Bone, I said, I never thought I'd see the day where I'd write a tweet that said, Gail Kim and Zachary Wentz just left the treehouse to go see the Jonas Brothers in concert. I was like, what the fuck is even happening right now?
I got an even more important question.
Yes.
What in the blue hell is Tickle Button?
it's like an inside joke between these guys, and it's just I don't know exactly what it is, but they just
I'm scared to find out. I mean,
I feel eventually the truth will be revealed. You'll learn what tickle butt is.
oh my god. Freaking Trey, the look on his face, he takes his fingers and he's like, tickle butt. And it's like, no, whoa, what the hell?
That's pretty awesome.
What are you doing?
That's pretty awesome. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what the hell tickle butt is. But maybe I'll ask him. Next time I see these guys, I'll be like, hey guys.
Only in the treehouse.
Yeah, there's only in treehouse. What happens in the treehouse stays in the treehouse. We go from that. So Gail's off getting stoned and watching the Jonas Brothers with Wentz. Melissa Santos interviews Kiera Hogan and Madison after Kiera lost to Jordan Grace earlier that night, and Madison and Kiera start arguing. So Melissa just leaves the set. So it's just like they're bickering. Maybe it's mentor mentee. Who knows where that's going? It was kind of quick. It might go tie back into what we were talking about earlier. So we'll see.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
And then here's a classic two-parter. Part one of two that things that happened with this guy. Ace Austin asks out Alicia Edwards, and she turns him down. Right. So he's basically hitting on Alicia Edwards, misses Eddie Edwards, and he's like, I like your style, this and that. He's like hitting on her. She turns him down. She leaves. So some other girl comes down the stairs and tells Ace Austin, she's like, hey, I like magic tricks. And he's like, take a walk. You're not my type. And she goes, what, brunette? And he's like, no, single. And I was like, whoa, what is this character? Basically, they're turning Ace Austin into a home wrecker. I tweeted out. I said, Ace Austin's over here ruining homes. He's wrecking homes over here. He's a home wrecker.
Crazy.
Coming between Eddie and Alicia. What the hell? There's a part two to this. We're gonna talk about when we get to it. So anyway, Willie Mack and Rob Van Dam get it. They tied up. This was actually a really underrated match. I think it wasn't long. Man, Willie Mack is one athletic son of a bitch, man. That dude, for his size, I say it every week. Willie Mack is extremely talented, and he held up with RVD, man. These two are back and forth, unbelievable.
This was a slow-paced but action-filled match, and I know I've been critical of RVD since he's been back in Impact.
Yes,
and promos aside, just throwing all that out the window, dude. In my opinion, in my professional podcasting opinion,
PPO. Your PPO.
My PPO. This match is the best match that RVD's had since he's been back in the company.
You know what? I'm gonna say, now I like the match with Moose a lot at Slammiversary. I'm gonna give it. I think because I think Willie and him had better chemistry. I thought they had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
Willie's a thick guy. RVD's kind of a thick guy too. He's thicker now, Yeah. But I think they had great chemistry, man.
It was funny when the Josh was asking Don what he would compare Willie to as far as a classic ECW guy. He goes Axel. He goes Axel Rotten, and Lance goes no, or Don goes no, more like a Lance Storm as far as his athleticism. And I was like, oh, that is a hell of a compliment to Willie.
Yeah, very good compliment. I'm telling you, he's good.
Oh no, he didn't say Axel Rotten. Who did he say? Who Balls always? Mahoney. Thank you, Balls. Yeah, that's what he said. Balls Mahoney. Yes, thank you.
Yes, he said Balls Mahoney. So, dude, I mean, Don really. Yeah, I think Don's very high on Willie. I could see more and more happening for Willie Mack. The guy is very talented.
Yeah.
He's a likable guy. He's like a fun dude. Good attitude and stuff. So I see good things for Willie Mack coming, man. Good for him. So RVD takes the win. I really feel Willie should have gotten the win, but they can't give RVD 2 losses in a row.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I'd
Willie
like to see
still,
him.
I mean, Willie still shined in this match. That's the good thing. It wasn't a squash match, nothing like that.
Right.
Because then they would have been like, "Oh no, man, you should have put on." These two really put on a match. I want to ask you. So, I think rumor has it that RVD is going to be around till Bound for Glory in October.
Right.
Yep. What do you see RVD's end game being in Chicago? What do you think? Because right now, I don't think we have a clue.
No titles. I think he's got to put over a young guy in a major way, and it's got to be like he's got to go out really well. I'm talking this has to go out big, but you got to put over. Maybe it's Willie. Maybe that guy is Willie, but you got to give a guy like one of the best matches you've had in years, balls to the wall. Put a young up-and-comer over and then ride off. I think that's all you can do with him at this point. He did a lot for the Philly stuff, and he got Moose over even more. So RVD's purpose has been served. But now one more guy to get over it would really drive it home, I think, and that's going to be key. That's going to be real key. So let's hope that they have a good plan for RVD to do that. I'm banking on it being Willie, but we'll see where it goes.
Because I would love to see Willie Mack turn heel, like full blown heel, just nasty. I'd be very curious because I've never seen him really as a heel.
No, and I think he played one on the Indies for a long time. I'm not really sure. I'm not really positive what he did, but I thought he did. Maybe I could be wrong. Launders, feel free to chime in if you got a history of Willie Mack. I'm not really too familiar prior. We'll see. But anyway, we go from this Jaybone. Ace Austin still trying to persuade Alicia Edwards, and he's got a gift. He's got a box. He's got the old, what looks to be the dick in the box. And it's like, just open the box. And she's not opening the box. He's like, come on, open the box. And it's right by his crotch. Classic SNL, dick in the box. Hilarious. He doesn't get it to open the box, but Stone Rockwell comes out and interrupts and ruins his opportunity. So making good use of Stone Rockwell while they're up in Canada. This guy's funny.
The bird in the box. He reaches in, he grabs, him, and he's got this look in his face like, feels malnourished. We need to go get him some food. He grabs him and drags him away. I damn near fell off the couch when he did that. I was like, oh, hell no. He just dragged him away. He's like, come on, bird.
Stone Rockwell is funny. He's best used in these kind of things like this. This is great.
I really wish they would just keep him on full time. The guy is, I compare him to Willie Mack. The guy is insanely athletic.
He is. I think he's more popular for the character than he is the athleticism. But he is good. I like Stone Rockwell. I don't know if you, in a small roster like this, I don't know if you can get longevity out of him, but I said you use him every couple tapings. I mean, you don't really need him in a storyline. He's just kind of an add-on, which is great.
Yeah, like if they don't have Falaba around for a couple chuckles, absolutely.
Who is not on this show? No Falaba. I don't know if he's on the tapings. I have no idea. We'll find out. Yeah. But we go to the back. We're at the clubhouse, not the treehouse, but the clubhouse now. And Conan is informing Ortiz that because Santana is injured, quote unquote, Daga will be replacing Santana in their tag match rematch against the North, which is coming up. So they're going off of the injury at Slammiversary, Jaybone, which in reality, from what I could see, Santana was on vacation with his family in Puerto Rico. So they're going off of this, though.
He's resting up.
He's resting up.
Yeah.
And they're saying he's out. But so this is the way for Daga to get placed in. Now, I'm going to ask you this. If LAX is leaving, as thought, they're kind of run their contract out, is this a way to kind of warm us up to Daga early? And the thing is, is Daga going to be one of the other members of LAX, the new LAX coming up? Or or is he just kind of there for these tapings? But if he is one of the new members of LAX, who would you like to see as his partner? And I'm going to open up to the loungers too. Leave your comments. Who should Daga's partner be if this is a way to transition a new LAX member right now? Who would you like to see, Jay?
Well, they had Laredo Kid at the last tapings, and that was a crazy ass week for him, because there was like one night he was on Impact Wrestling, and I don't remember what the match was, but he was on there, and then the next night he was part of an AEW show where he tagged with the Lucha Bros. Okay. So he got a ton of exposure that week. But yeah, I'd love to see Laredo Kid back, because he's been with him before. And Daga, as far as I know, is still with Tessa Blanchard. So yes. It wouldn't surprise me if he sticks around for next few tapings, especially California, Mexico, Vegas. Get a few months out of him and really break him into the crowd, because he's been on there before, but not consistently. He's been I think a part of a couple of Mexican tapings. But yeah, Daga's great. I liked him in Lucha Underground, and I haven't seen a ton of his stuff like in AAA, but I hear nothing but praise for him. He's very underrated. So yeah. Yeah, or bring back a guy like Homicide. Homicide is still active.
I believe he's retiring.
Is he?
Yeah, they just did like a big tribute to him a week or two ago. I don't know if that was a retirement tribute or what.
Yeah, but I saw part of that too. I didn't know what it really was for, but it could have been just because he's been in the industry for 25 years or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it was they're hinting at this was his retirement or just celebrating 25 years, because he's very well respected.
Oh, he is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what the context was for it. But you could bring back Homicide, but you can also if you're doing Daga, if you're getting Daga, and you might as well get another fresh face.
Yeah.
At that point, To just do two new guys. Like these guys. These two were virtually unknown. They were unknowns when Impact took them and made them worldwide stars now. So,
oh man, they really did. They busted their ass too and became what I still think is Santana and Ortiz are the top 5 worldwide tag team.
100%. I think 100%. I'm with you, and I think the Impact is showing. LAX does that for people. Conan's a great leader, and I think he can do some real cool work with some new guys. So I'm not opposed to Daga having this kind of be like a soft tryout. But I want to ask the listeners, guys, what do you think? What do you think about Daga being the next one? Let's hear that. So, all right, we go from that, Jay, to the featured match here. It ended up being the featured match. X Division Championship match, Rich Swann versus Jake Crist. Great match. You had your typical OVE distractions in between. Jake, who has busted his ass for years, making everybody look good, finally gets his moment to shine. He's a new X Division champion. There was an OVE distractions on Rich Swann. Jake takes the advantage of that, and he gives him a cutter and takes the win. So Jake Crist, X Division champion. I read a stat that said it's sad that they had Rich drop it when they did, because he was 2 days away from being the second longest reigning champion.
Oh, wow.
X Division champion, yeah. But I'm like, yeah, it's what it is. But I think good for Jake. It's good for OVE to have some gold. OVE is this dominant faction that had no gold. They had nothing going on.
They haven't had anything for 2 years since they first came in, and they were practically the only tag team in the company with LAX. Right. That first feud between those two teams was the best thing going on 2 years ago. It was absolutely on fire. And then it was a year after that they brought Sami in.
Yes. So, yeah, that first time it was like they were tag champs by default almost,
Yeah.
So, but no, this is good. You needed OVE to have some gold, some credibility. Now, if Sami is taking the world title, this could be interesting too. You got to build them up. If this is one of your major acts, they need credibility. They can't just keep losing everybody. You got to put gold on them once in a while. So good for Jake. Very talented, or the educated feet, as Don likes to call him, the educated Jake Crist. Very talented guy. Like I said, Jay, he's made everyone look good for 2 years now, and now it's just hurt.
Whenever they put him in like these like to kick off a big show with a multi-man X Division match, and they put him in there, man, just shines every time. And I'm like, man, when are they gonna seriously give this kid some dues, man? He's been around for a long time, and this group, and now of course Fulton's still pretty fresh, pretty new, but still, OVE has been workhorses in this company and have been, you want to talk about loyal, since day one, man, signing multi-year deals, and they put this company on their back, and they represent proudly, and they always put out 110% every time they're out there. Yeah. So yeah, I as much as I love Rich Swann, this one, it surprised me. It really did. But the way the odds were, I mean, I would have loved to seen him, beat him clean. But okay, yeah, they're the heel group. I get it. Fulton's out there, put the nail in the coffin. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if this is the start of the trickle effect. To see if Dave and Fulton get a tag team shot, maybe get the. I mean, trust me, I don't want to see anybody beat the North for a while. I love the North, but this could be OVE's time to start really. They've been saying for the last year and a half, we're taking over everything. Oh well, now it's freaking time to do it.
I agree. I think it's time. You gotta really dominate them, man. You gotta send them in strong going into Bound for Glory. It's time to run with OVE a little bit more than you have. Give them the full on. Now I wonder. Now my prediction for Sami and Tessa. My prediction is Sami wins. Sami gets the title shot at Bound for Glory. Tessa's the first challenger. That's my prediction. The other side of that could be Sami wins, gets the title early, like Mexico or Cali or something, whatever, and then it's Tessa Sami at Bound for Glory. So one of these is happening. I think Sami Callihan's winning the world title this year. That's my prediction. Because he wants everything.
Oh,
where did you come from, Sam? But I think this is the year Sami at least gets to the title. So you got a little more going. And like you said, Dave and Fulton might get tag belts. You never know. There's a lot of guys in before them who should get them. But if they're really running with this, you got to throw everything at it. You can't half-ass it. You got to full-ass this thing.
And I love when you look at these interviews where all four of them are there, and it's they always do like this private interaction with each other before they look into the camera and give you the business. Dave's interaction with Fulton is always priceless, and even when Sami's like staring into the camera and he's screaming the last few hairs off his head at you. I can say that I'm balder as shit, so I can when he's doing that, keep an eye on the guys in the background. Sometimes that's the funniest shit of the show is watching them in the background interact with each other while Sami's screaming at the camera. My God. Dave and Fulton are gold together.
Dave is great. Actually, even Jake sometimes, if you look at Jake, he's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like he's always like over the top animated.
Oh, for like a half a year, he was doing that whole mimicking Callihan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was comedy gold. And Callihan would quick turn around and be like, what are you doing? And
what
Jake's
the hell are you doing?
Jake's like, just quick look away like nothing. I ain't doing it.
They're great. I'm telling you, Obi. I mean, these guys are. You got two legit brothers, best friend, student. I mean, these guys are legit close. You know what I'm saying? They're a cult, man. They really are.
They
That's
are
what they
family.
do. They're family, and
They are Ohio family.
yeah, the chemistry's there. I'm happy for Jake though. The guy,
Yes,
he really kicks ass. He's really good, and he's getting a shot. He's in the books. You know, he's an X Division champion. Good for him. A lot of names have held that. Nice to see Jake Crist as a part of that. He's a good dude, very talented dude. So fun, very fun to see. Now, question is, where do we go from with that? I'm assuming Swann with a rematch. But who's next, Jay? Who's the next guy in line? Who's the next X Division challenger? Who do you want to see?
Oh man, and it completely flips everything around because we've seen heels challenge, and now we've got a heel champ. So now we've got baby faces facing him. As much as I wanted to see Ace Austin versus Rich Swann, I think that one's. I mean, that one could still happen, but it's not going to be for the X Division Championship, obviously. I would love to see, Willie Mack always shines when he's put in with the X Division guys. And they could do some comedy shit with this whole Finger of Doom thing. I mean, they're playing off of something that happened 20 years ago. I think it's funny. I haven't heard anybody respond negatively to it. Like when, Sami and
Dave were doing it.
It's Sami and no, it was Jake. I'm talking about like it happened during that tag match last week.
The matchup, yeah.
Yeah. So, I could picture them doing something like that. I'd be like, oh my God, what's going to happen when Dave faces Jake for the X Division Championship? Finger poke at Doom over. Ah, ha, ha.
That would be funny. He puts it on his brother or something. Who knows? That'd be cool. We'll see where they go with it. But in terms of regular challengers, yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't mind seeing Willie Mack. That'd be a good challenger. That'd be a good start to kick things off as far as who's going to be the one challenging for it. We'll see where they go.
Hell, I wouldn't even mind seeing someone as athletic and as crazy good as Fallah Bah's been. Shit. Give him a shot.
Why not? He's
That's
talented,
what the X Division is all about, No limits.
No limits. I'm with you. Yeah, why the hell not? Why shouldn't Fallah get a shot? Why the hell not? I'm open to it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're at the main event, which ended up not being much of a main event. But, Kate, Elgin comes out, Cage's music hit. Or no, Elgin doesn't come out. Cage's music hits, and
he crawls.
He crawls out. He's crawling out. And who was revealed behind him is Michael Elgin, who looks like he's attacked him backstage behind the curtain.
Chair
shot. Elgin's beating him, continues to beat him with a shield chair. He gets on the mic and he basically says, I'm not fighting Cage in a non-title match. It's a waste of my time. I want a title match. And he's hitting, he's beating him down. He's breaking him. And he takes out all the security guards. The security's in there. He kicks all their asses. He took out a couple of kids pretty badly. He's about to just destroy Cage. Melissa Santos runs out, very Elizabeth-like. Like when she came to save Randy Savage, very much putting her body in between.
Yes.
When she
classic.
Oh yeah. So very Elizabeth-like. Santos comes out, gets him to stop. Masked Man hits. But he goes to take out Elgin. Elgin turns and takes him out, and I'm like, oh shit, they took Rhino out. Like, damn, that was it. He got Rhino. But what I didn't see coming, Jay, was while he's attending to the one he just took out with the quickness, a second masked man runs out, takes out Elgin, removes the mask. It's Rhino for sure.
Yes.
Rhino hits him with a gore. Crowd celebrates. He goes into the crowd, celebrates off the air. I gotta say this before I kick it over to you, Jaybone. Who the hell was the other guy, and how the hell does his body and legs and calves look exactly like Rhino?
The only thing,
exactly like him.
The only thing he was missing, he was just a little less tan. So
less tan.
That makes me think it was like someone in a wig, maybe. I don't know.
One of those things where it's like, man, you guys were so close. It's like, no wonder we all fell for it.
Yeah.
Good for Rhino though.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Oh, and he
pop.
when he gets in the crowd, he slowly unzips his sweatshirt, reveals an Impact shirt. That was kind of cool. Little classic feel to it, like he joined Impact.
Yeah, I love the T-shirt reveal. It was a big thing in the NWO days.
Yeah.
I'm a big sucker for the T-shirt reveal, loyalty reveal. I was like, I love when they do that. And I think when he took the mask off, the crowd popped huge. And I know he was a staple in Windsor for a long time. He's a Detroit guy, so they're staples in that area. So he's very over where it was. So perfect locale to do it.
Yeah.
But I love Rhino. I mean, the crowd likes it. He still can go really well for his age. He looks good.
He's in incredible shape.
Always has been, yeah.
It's and I go back to this. I'll go back to this till I get tired of saying it. But damn, man, he is going to be wrestling, and I mean wrestling in Impact Wrestling. He's not going to be sitting in the middle of the ring with Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, not Heath Ledger. Dear God, he's dead.
Heath Slater?
Thank you. Heath Slater.
I didn't even watch this shit. I didn't know the guy's name.
And yeah, I don't know. Wow, that was just a brain fart out of nowhere. But he's not going to be sitting in the middle of the ring eating a tray of bologna sandwiches, for crying out loud.
Is that something they did?
Yeah, that was one of the things that made me stop watching. I'm like, you can't do that to a guy. They had all these tag teams in the ring, and they were just eating this buffet of food and pancakes and bullshit food. And there's Rhino sitting on a chair next to Slater, holding a tray of little bologna sandwiches and just stuffing his face. And I'm like,
God.
You sons of bitches doing this to an ECW legend who can still go in the ring.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was like I said, that was one of the reasons why I turned it off for well over a half a year. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm like, this is your tag division. Eating bologna sandwiches. This is your tag division.
Yeah, they're feeding you a bunch of bologna. That's what it is. But today, that's it. That's the July 26, 2019 episode of Impact Wrestling. Rhino's back. We're back in Windsor next week. They've got some previews. Let me just run a few of the announced matches for next week. I like that they do that. I mean, because it's all pre-taped, graphics are ready. They got the announcements ready to roll. You know what I mean? Like, everything's up and ready for you, so you know what's happening next week. Yeah. At least to some extent. They're pretty good about it. So let's see what they got listed for next week. Well, they're also going to be. Well, next week is the big Unbreakable, right? So that's the one they're focusing on. That's not going to be on the actual Impact episode. So they're kind of just putting all efforts on Unbreakable first. But they're also taping. Don't forget, guys, they're going to be in California next weekend. They're going to be taping TV. August 4th is going to be at the Ocean View Pavilion in Port Hueneme, California. That's going to be next week. And now I'm looking at the stuff here. Now, next week, what we got is Fulton and Tessa taking and then also they're in a one-on-one, and then the Rascals and the North are going to have a tag match for the belt. So and the Rascals this time are going to be Trey and Dez. Yes. So this is going to be a good match because each of those teams are incredible.
Oh yeah.
So that's 2 announced matches for next week. That's going to be the August 2nd episode. So keep an eye for that, guys. It's going to be on Friday. So Unbreakable on that. Don't forget, it's going to be a very, very busy night for Impact Wrestling. So my question now is, did they tape the episode with knowing the result of what's going to air before it? Did they kind of adjust tapings? Like the Sami come out on Impact and say, "Why beat you at Unbreakable?" And because it happened an hour before, kind of thing. So I wonder if they kept continuity.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Wait, yeah, when is... Hang on, let me quick go to the...
Unbreakable is going to be, let's see, I got the graphic up here. It's going to be Oh, they don't have a time on this one, so there's nothing written on the match graphics just yet. But it's just a live Friday, August 2nd from Santa Ana, California.
Okay, on the website it says Friday, August 2nd, 9 p.m. to 11:30 p.m.
So that means 8 p.m. our time. That's was that 8 p.m.? It's like 9 Eastern, so 8 p.m. our. So it's gonna bleed over Impact. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, show starts at 9 p.m. Eastern
So
on
8 hours
Impact Plus Live if you're attending this show. Um,
delaying Impact's airing, or how does this work?
well,
I
they
don't
did
get it.
that. They did that during Slammiversary weekend too. They had one of their feature shows go on during the Impact Twitch live show.
Oh yeah, because this is on Plus. That's right. So
Yeah.
okay, so, yeah, got overlap, guys. So adjust accordingly. If you want to watch the weekly, you might have to watch the Plus show on demand because it's going to be on demand right away. So we'll see how that goes. I might have two TVs going. We'll see. I'm not sure
And
what I'm
then
going to do.
and then Saturday is the Hollywood, California show, which is interesting.
Yes, a lot going on, man. They got a busy goddamn weekend going on. So good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. So that's it, man. J-Bone, that's the episode. We got perfect. Look at this timing. An hour 5. Not too shabby for us, Jay.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. All right, so let's do this, J-Bone. Let's get their plugs in, and we'll let these people go. What do you say?
Oh yeah. Well, you can find me also over on Smash This Podcast on YouTube. Over on the Twitter box, you can follow me at Jaybone5150. That's Jaybone 5150. And there's also Smash This Podcast Facebook and Instagram.
There you go, guys. That's where you get the full bone experience. The full bone experience.
Just trying to grow the bone. I mean, grow the brand.
Guys, you can find you can find me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram, Twitter, and Hemi Music at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just type in Vanilla Joke, comes right up, or Hemi Music, HEMIMUSIC. You can connect with me there. Hemi Music. Hemi is my band. We've done some music for Impact Wrestling in the past, other wrestling companies like AAW and stuff. So got a bit of a wrestling connection there. Don't forget, guys, you can also connect with the show on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at We Talk Impact. Type in We Talk Impact. The Total Nonstop Impact show comes right up on all those social media platforms. Also, connect with the Impact Lounge on Facebook and I think just Facebook. Type in the Impact Lounge. Connect there. We are affiliated with the Impact Lounge. That's BQ's channel where he does a lot of late-breaking news updates and other shows. So be a part of the Impact Lounge as well. And don't forget, guys, you can get this podcast wherever podcasts are found. Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Player.fm, and Spotify. Don't forget, guys, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a coworker, tell your mother, tell J-Bone in case he forgets, tell Kyle because he's not here, tell somebody to get on there. But guys, do me a favor. If you use any of those, especially iTunes users, get in there. It takes 2 seconds. Rate it. Just give us a rating. You hate it, but give us some kind of rating on there. Do it right now. I'll count to 5. There you go. 5 seconds. Go in there. You should have done it by now. So thank you for doing that in advance. But yeah, guys, give us a rating. Get people to find us a little more, Jay. We got to get these people buzzing a little more. What do you say?
Oh, yeah.
But as we mentioned at the top of the show, guys, we are working on some more kinks and enhancing the live video experience. Now, tell us, leave a comment. Do you prefer Impact, Total Nonstop Impact on video, or you prefer it on audio, or both, or you like having the option? How do you want us? We're going to make it better. We're trying to really, really bring it to you guys. And also give us what you want. Do you want a day in advance and when we're going to go live? Do you want half a day in advance? What's good enough for you guys to make sure you join? And what's a good time? All the feedback is very welcome. So the numbers have been great, Jay, for the live broadcast. Like the people watch us live, but then they also go back and people are watching the live video stream, like on replay, and the numbers are incredible. So I'm super blown away. So people want to see our faces. We're beautiful men. People want to see our faces.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, tell us what you think. Well, give us your feedback. But that's going to do it for us. This is Total Nonstop Impact on the Impact Lounge. Jaybone, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people. Goodbye, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Harass Kyle online. Tell him you want him on next week. And we'll see you later. Good night.